Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Resentment is like drinking poison, and then hoping it will kill your enemies. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to helping others without expecting anything in return. We must use time wisely, and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. You can start changing our world for the better daily, no matter how small the action. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change yourself. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. I hate race discrimination most intensely, and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life, and I fight it now, and will do so, until the end of my days. Sometimes, it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. We must use time creatively, and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. It always seems impossible until it's done. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Fools multiply when wise men are silent. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Let your greatness blossom. Tread softly, breathe peacefully, laugh hysterically. Where you stand depends on where you sit. Quitting is leading to. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. While poverty persists, there is no true freedom. Nothing is black or white. There is a universal respect and even admiration for those who are humble and simple by nature, and who have absolute confidence in all human beings, irrespective of their social status. People respond in accordance to how you treat them. I like friends who have independent minds, because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. I have never cared very much for personal prizes. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. I never lose. I either win or learn. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden, but never extinguished. I learned that to humiliate another person is to make him suffer an unnecessarily cruel fate. Even as a boy, I defeated my opponents without dishonoring them. Although I am a gregarious person, I love solitude even more. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As long as many of our people still live in utter poverty, as long as children still live under plastic covers, as long as many of our people are still without jobs, no South African should rest and wallow in the joy of freedom. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Many people in this country have paid the price before me, and many will pay the price after me. It is not our diversity which divides us, it is not our ethnicity, or religion, or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy and those who do not. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. The The greatest glory in living lies, not in never falling, but in rising, every time we fall. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Know your enemy and learn about his favorite sport. When people are determined, they can overcome anything. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Keep your friends close, and your rivals even closer. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views, and state them very clearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless, state them openly. In some ways, it is easier to be a dissident, for then one is without responsibility. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. You will achieve more in this world through acts of mercy than you will through acts of retribution. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death, again and again, before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
What?